What's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music. Gonna break down Good Times, Bad Times by Led Zeppelin. Hope we have a good time doing it. Also, real quick, I've got a bunch of resources at martymusic.com that can help you get better at guitar much faster than just streaming around the YouTube. You can start right away with my free chord and scale book, but it's also got, arpeggios, triads, all the scales, all the chords, everything you need, totally for free in the link below. Get that. And let's get into this lesson. All right, we're going to start with an E5 or an E power chord. I'm going to play the 7th fret A string, 9th fret D, 9th fret G with the open low E. In the youth. So after we hit the E, we go down a whole step, so that's a D5. And I'm going to play the A string, and then D, G, D, G. Then it's a little D major triad arpeggio. And so that's middle finger now on the 5th fret A. 4th fret D, 7th fret D. Then I'm grabbing the 4th fret A string, and then it goes up half steps to that E chord again, like this. So you put it all together. So especially with Led Zeppelin stuff, there's usually multi-tracked guitar parts that are doing a little bit different stuff. You know, Jimmy Page was a master at the layering, the overdub layering, making it sound huge. So I usually with Zeppelin, because I've covered a lot of Zeppelin songs in bands and stuff throughout my past life, playing gigs and stuff. So I try and show it as if you were playing it in a cover band where you were covering the song. So I try and give you the most crucial guitar parts. And so it does an A, and you can play the full A bar chord, but kind of focus on the... But if you get the G string in there as well a little bit, that's totally fine. So that's an A, and then I go to a G up here. And so I'm barring across the 10th fret with the A major shape. I'm doing G to D, so that's the A shape there to the E shape there. And once again, focus on the 3 thickest strings, but good times, bad times, well, I've had my share. Like that. Then move it up a whole step. And so I'm just doing that little changeover one time. So I'm doing the E shape here on the 7th fret E root. And then the exact same thing I did here, but now up barred along the 12th fret. Then it goes back to that 7th fret E root. So it's a B chord. So B, A, E, B. So check it out from... D up to B, A, E, now stay on B. So that next part is a F sharp 5, also known as the F sharp power chord. So that's 2nd fret E root, 4th fret A string, if you want to do the full one. But really you want to be nailing that E and A string on that. So and so what I do from there is that power chord, and then in this little spot here, where my index finger would be on the 9th fret D and G, my 3rd finger is going to be on the 11th fret D and G. And I'm pulling it off as I hold that. Like that. So. And then I just do the exact same thing on that D and G string between the 2nd and the 4th fret. So that's planted. And then you can roll it right into the chord again. Now, the change is going to be the same as before, but now it's modulated up a whole step. So we start on the B, which is that 7th fret E root, and you play that same part. Then, now on the 9th fret E, and all the way up to... So it does one little hit on that C sharp chord, which is the 9th fret E root. So, you know, we've done this part. Then one more hit. And then now the solo is over the main riff in E. So he goes up to the E minor pentatonic scale right there. Classic blues rock solo in E. I would improvise the solo. I wouldn't, you know, break, if you're covering it, I wouldn't play the solo note for note. I mean, you listen to Jimmy Page, he's not going to do that either. Plus I don't have to sit and break it down note for note. So rock out in E, but he is doing a, you know, kind of in that Chuck Berry vibe there. Right? Goes up to that extension, which would be the 17th fret high E. Just all right in there. Then the change goes back to the normal A part. I'll show you. All right, so the underlying part of that first solo is E, D, A, although you're going to be soloing, so the bass is really outlining that, but you can hear another guitar playing rhythm there in that vibe. But then it goes to the first change that we did with the A. And the second one. And he's doing fills. All E minor pentatonic scale. But one thing that you could do if you wanted, or you had two guitars or another instrument going on, one guitar is doing, but there's another, you can hear another guitar like, they're not changing the chords, they're just playing the A even there's one, there might be a higher octave there, but it's definitely, you know, you can thicken it up by just playing A, then up a whole step, da 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 da, into the main riff. And it fades out, and he's doing fills, you know, blues fills basically over that riff. You know, he's doing a call and response with the vocals, I should say. But that will give you all the parts. You got the main riff. The first change. And you got this other little kind of B section. Then you've got the same change, but up a whole step. Regular change, regular change. All right, hope you guys dug that lesson. Thank you again for your continued support. Also, don't forget to get that ultimate guitar guide, which has all the chords, all the scales, the diagrams of triads, arpeggios, the whole foundation of guitar in a free PDF book. You can get it in the link below. Thank you for supporting, and hope to see you real soon. Take care.